Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. We have a good one today, y'all. We are talking about a player to watch, trending topic, a player to watch this upcoming season. It's talking season. We don't play basketball for over 100 days, but we are talking basketball because we can talk about a player like Ashlyn Watkins, who I believe this upcoming season is going to be unbelievable. That's how I feel about Ashlyn Watkins. I have the utmost confidence in her achieving her ultimate goals this season. First off, Ashlyn Watkins averaged 9.7 rebounds in a little over 20 minutes a game, about 20.1 minutes a game. 20 minutes a game. Should have been the SEC, Sixth Woman of the Year. But apparently SEC doesn't really count defense, so she wasn't awarded that award. Ashlyn Watkins, who had the lowest, defensive rating in the country, didn't win SEC Sixth Woman of the Year award. I got it. Okay, that's what we're doing. But I'm gonna move on because I'll get sidetracked and talk about the mess and the stupidity that goes on in some of these voting stuff. Ashlyn Watkins averaged over 2 block shots a game, lowest defensive rating, almost a double-double, 9.7 rebounds, 20 minutes a game. Okay. Wonderful numbers. As she going to be in a starting role in 24, 25 for the three-time national champion. 38-0. Okay. I have to say that every time. Make sure people never forget that. Not Gamecock fans, obviously, but we're talking about the masses. We're talking about the LSUs and the UConns and the Notre Dames and the Southern Californias, that other USC and UCLAs and Texas and all this stuff. Three-time national champion. If we dig the numbers back a little bit, we're talking about Ashlyn Watkins. 55% for the field. 55% from the field on 7 field goals. She didn't shoot the ball a lot. 7 field goal attempts, 55% on 56% free throw shooting. And we've lamented over and over about this team not being a great free throw shooting team. But when you pull that thing back a little bit more, you realize that the reasons that this team isn't great at the line is because you have a lot of times the players who don't shoot great free throws are shooting an abundance of free throws. So you have Ashlyn Watkins, who's averaged about 3 field. Now, the season before, we're talking about 2022-2023 season, she had almost 2 attempts, 1.5 attempts per game, or 47% from the free throw line. Now, she increased it from 47% to 56%. Now, that was 9% higher. So if she increases to, let's say, 65% of more attempts, you're talking about, because if she did 2.6 attempts per game last season of 20.6 minutes a game, I mean, the reality is, if she's playing 25, which I project, and she's shooting about 65%, we'll take that as Gamecock fans. We'll take it. She averaged 7 rebounds, 7.4 rebounds per basketball game, almost 3 offensive rebounds a game, 2.5 blocks shots per game. Those are great numbers for a player like Ashlyn Watkins going into her junior year. Really good basketball player. But if you just, if you that we see and hear all the time, gotta go a little bit deeper now. Gotta go a little bit deeper when we not just a surface level. Not just surface level. Because with Kamilla Cardoso going to the W, her going to the W, number 3 overall pick to the Chicago Sky, going to the W, you have a opening, but you have a little bit more space to do a little bit more work. And a player like Ashlyn Watkins, who's 6'3" and who I believe is up. Are we good with the size? Size, we're fine. I don't mind that whatsoever. The size, we're good. No. Ain't no problem. Basketball team. Adhel Tac is about 6'6". Yeah, she's about 6'6". They say she's listed at 6'5". I'm gonna go with 6'5.5". Okay. Then you talk about Sania Feagin, who's 6'3", Miriam Dada, who's 6'4", Sakima Walker, who's 6'5", Joyce Edwards, who's 6'3". Size ain't a problem for this basketball team. So that ain't a problem. That ain't a problem. We always have great size. We'll always be bigger and faster than the opposing opponents. What was cool about Ashlyn Watkins this past season in her 21 minutes a game. Keep it like that. 21 minutes a game. She had a defensive rating of 68.2. 68.2 defensive rating means that is phenomenal. That is amazing. That means that she won Defensive Player of the Year. For sure, 6th Woman of the Year. But didn't win either award. The Brazilian Queen, Kamilla Cardoso, won Defensive Player of the Year, but I believe that Ashlyn Watkins played better defense. And the defensive rating proved that. Should have been co-defensive. It was, amazing. Amazing. And I always like to look at the advanced numbers. I always like to look at advanced numbers for South Carolina women's basketball and in particular players, because a lot of we just focus on just the offensive numbers and shots per game. Well, no, let me scratch that, because a lot of folks don't talk about shots per game. And I have to put a bug in your ear, yo, this player shot 20 times a game, but she only hit 36%. So my Marbury County math tells us that's a little off, right? So folks in this day and age get enamored with those huge offensive numbers. Well, a player like Ashlyn Watkins, you're not going to get huge offensive numbers. You're not. It's not going to happen. 12 points. 12 points per game this season, I'm good. If she's able to get 15 points per game season playing for this basketball team, I'm jumping for joy. I'm doing cartwheels. I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing handstands. I'm doing all those cool things, and then go take some Motrin. But I'm doing all those cool things to celebrate. But double-double this season. I know she's going to average about almost 4 blocks per basketball game. I know she's going to be the best defensive player in the SEC. Those things I know. But you're talking about the extra stuff that we might get from a player like Ashlyn Watkins. At the end of the season, she was voted second to SEC. Good job, SEC. Not good enough for me. She was 7th in total rebounds. 7th in total rebounds in SEC while playing 21 minutes a game. 7th. Okay. 6th in SEC in offensive rebounds. Okay. The player off the bench was 6th in offensive rebounds. This was Ashlyn Watkins, 8th in defensive rebounds with 174 for the year. Steals. She had 48 steals. 19th in the country. She led the SEC in total blocks. Number 1 with 91 blocks for the year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. That is pretty good. PER, You know, a lot of folks put a lot of emphasis on PER. I'm not a huge PER player efficiency rating type person. I'm more of an offensive rating type person. But regardless of that fact, she was sensational with that. Her PER was third in the conference. Third in the conference. Win shares. Eighth in the conference. Come on now. Ashlyn Watkins, sensational, unbelievable player for the South Kakalaki Gamecocks. Oh my losh. Defensive win shares. You know that's going to be high because a player in that capability, she was fourth in the SEC in defensive win shares. I mean, we can make whatever comparison of the great defensive players on great teams, but for my money, the number one defensive team in the land should have multiple players represented on all defensive teams. Multiple. It's not a crime. It's not a detractor. If you're saying all SEC, all American, whatever, all East, all South, whatever it is, if you're doing comparisons and you have multiple players who are playing and they happen to be on the same team, but they are the number one defensive team in the country, ain't no crime to say you're going to have three players. Because it should have been Ashlyn, Camila, Raven on every defensive name list that you can put out. That's how dominant this defensive team was. Dominant. This past season, number one defense. Last year, number one. Year before that, number one. Blocks, number one. Come on now. And I just got to say, I have to say with all clarity, this young lady in Ashlyn Watkins will be the defensive anchor for this basketball team, continuing on. I can't say regaining because if you ain't lost, you still the champ. And you can't, so we the champs of defense, we the champs of basketball, we the champs of offense, we the champs of everything that concerning women's basketball. Y'all saw the ESPYs. But she's going to be the anchor for the team. The defense, she is the best defensive player in the conference. And if you don't say it over and over and over again, the folks don't listen. They're going to talk about somebody else. They're going to talk about somebody else. They're going to say, oh, Fly J be playing her defense. She be giving, doing all this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, the best perimeter defender is Raven Johnson in the SEC. The best post defender is Ashlyn Watkins. The best. It's not close. It's not a runoff situation. They are the best, leading the number one defense in basketball. SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, Big 18, whatever conference you want to talk about, South Carolina is the best in it. There's not no because teams make their own schedule. Now it got to be agreed upon and things like that, but you can play some I don't want to disrespect no team, so I ain't gonna say no team names. But you can play some bottom feeder type teams in Division I basketball because it's 360 teams. So you're gonna be some of these teams will seek out teams that's ranked 320th, 318, 299th. So you see a lot of padding stats amongst certain teams. We see that. Strength of schedule is everything. Everything. And that matriculates into seeding for the big tournament. You don't get rewarded. And I hate how this is the thing. You don't get rewarded on playing soft schedules in the NCAA tournament. You are rewarded by net ranking, You're rewarded by where the games are. You're rewarded by playing top-tier talent. You don't get rewarded for having the 150th type strength of schedule in basketball, and you get mad because you're not a number 1 seed or number 2 seed because you ain't played nobody. What's the sense in that? But what you do get rewarded, when you play these subpar teams in awards. That makes no sense. How does that make sense? If you're playing multiple teams, real talk, I believe if you got what's the thing called? A net rating. If you have a net rating in schedule, if you have a scheduled net rating of strength of schedule, I would say of 101 and higher, you should not be receiving any type of awards, any type of individual awards, because you ain't played no damn body. You ain't played nobody. I think they need to streamline this. I think you need to put more focus on the teams that's actually playing solid, amazing basketball. Put more emphasis on that. I'm like this right here. If it's 68 teams make the tournament, only 68 teams. Nah, that's wrong. That's wrong. 68, because you got teams that make the tournament who win their conference, and their conference might suck, but they still, sacrificial lamb to the number 1 seed. So I don't like that at all either. I don't like that, because you got to, like South Carolina, be the number 1 seed, and we playing a team that we got no business playing, and that team got no business playing us because they get embarrassed. So you end up getting, tossed to the wolves and getting beat down by 70 points. But we in the tournament. We in the tournament. Hey. We in the tournament. No. You raw meat for a team like South Carolina to get beat down by 60, 70 points. I believe that the tournament should reflect the top 68 teams. That's what I believe, because you have teams that won't go to the NCAA tournament because the automatic conference winners go into the tournament. That ain't right. But now things are changing. Things are changing because now you got these super conferences. Oh, yeah, you got these super conferences because SEC is 16 teams. The Big Ten is 18 teams. ACC, I don't know how many teams in ACC now. Adding California, added Stanford. So the super conferences is here to stay. So you're not going to have a team like in the seventh team in the Big Ten who will smoke any of these other teams in these smaller conferences sitting out on the sideline waiting to tap in. They don't get tapped in. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. So I think we should just disband this whole thing. Every conference champion should make the playoffs or make the NCAA tournament. No. Let the best play the best. So you be rewarded with the best teams. And if you are one of the top 68 teams, you need to play a top 68 schedule. That's how I feel. Not playing the scrub teams. No. So we won't have this discourse saying, oh, such and such, LSU strength of schedule sucked last year. We won't have that discussion. No. Let's stop rewarding bad behavior. South Carolina played a great strength of schedule. UConn played a great strength of schedule. Iowa played a great strength of schedule. Utah, all these teams played great strengths of schedule. It could have been easy for UConn. Now, they didn't know they was going to have those injuries. Or it could be easy for Carolina to say, nope. Instead of playing a top 10 strength of schedule, we're going to play a top 180th. Then it'd be side-eyeing Dawn Staley. Oh, you running for challenges. You running for this. Oh, let's talk about that. No. We open up against Michigan in the Big Ten. Play North Carolina State. UCLA. UConn. Come on now. I wish we played Southern Cal. Southern Cal just got announced. It just got announced that Southern Cal and Notre Dame are going to be playing this season. You're going to do a home and home. So this year, Notre Dame is going to Southern Cal. That's going to be great. I think it's on November 23rd. Ironically enough, South Carolina will be playing UCLA. What is it, November the 20th? Somewhere around there? Would have been better if it was doing a home and home with Southern Cal, but they don't want this smoke. It's okay. We will see them eventually. It's fine. Can run, but you cannot hide from the greatness of South Carolina. We'll see you in the tournament. Hopefully. Ashlyn Watkins, the best defender in the country, is coming to lock down everybody. She is greatness in a Gamecock uniform. Somebody made the comparison that Ashlyn Watkins is a version of old school Dennis Rodman. And I hate making comparisons against men. But Ashlyn Watkins is an intimidator. She can block shots. She can rebound the basketball, and she's stronger than everybody. And she belongs to the South Carolina women's basketball team. Three-time national champions. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.
J-Rock did this beat.